move to Austin because it's affordable, said somebody in 2015 and nobody since. So I know that Austin doesn't hit the list of most affordable cities anymore, but I wanted to give you a quick tour of some great affordable options in Austin, including one neighborhood that is right next to one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Austin that gives you all the benefits but a much more affordable price. So stay tuned. So we're going to be talking about some of the most affordable neighborhoods in Austin. But before we jump in, I want to give you the metrics that we used for this. So we didn't look for the cheapest neighborhoods in Austin. We looked for the neighborhoods that we think deliver the best value for the dollar. There's some really popular neighborhoods in South Austin that have seen pricing going up 50% in the past few years. So what are your choices if you still want that lifestyle but don't want to pay that price? That's what we're going to dig into in this video. Great locations that deliver a similar lifestyle but at a lower cost than the more expensive neighborhoods. Let's dive in, and as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the areas that we picked as affordable, the ones we compared them to, or the ones that we missed out on. Let us know in the comments and enjoy the tour. So first up, we've got Barton Hills and Zilker, which are some of the most desirable neighborhoods in the South Austin area. There's tons to do, a great location, a lot of parks, and everybody loves Barton and Zilker. Barton and Zilker are just south of downtown, right next to the enormous Zilker Park and Barton Springs, which covers 350 acres of recreation, gorgeous views, big fields, a natural swimming pool, boating, volleyball, walking, and really anything you want to do outside.
This neighborhood comes with really great walkability, and you're super close to downtown and quick access to the park. There's a ton of new restaurants around and new construction, mid-century modern, and everything in between.
So if you want that same lifestyle and convenience, but you don't quite want to spend the same amount of money, South Lamar might be a great option. You know, it gets you in under that $1 million mark. You can get some great stuff for around $800,000, or if you start looking at townhomes and condos, you can be in that $500,000 to $600,000 range.
Yeah, it's definitely a great option for more affordability and a more vibrant lifestyle. And the great thing about South Lamar is all of the entertainment options that they have. They have cafes, restaurants, bars, all with live music, and there's a lot of new construction going on. So, I mean, tons of new development bringing a lot of new activities.
The South Lamar neighborhood runs just south of Lamar, hence the name, and it goes down to 290 and encompasses a great mix of new construction, older homes, remodeled townhomes, condos, and apartments. You've even got some iconic Austin establishments like the Broken Spoke, which has been doing live music and dancing and chicken fried steak since 1964, or the Saxton Pub, which has hosted over 30,000 musical performances since opening in 1990.
You're also not too far from Zilker, where the infamous Austin City Limits is held on an annual basis. And it's pretty close, so it's a quick scooter ride or a casual stroll away.
And if you're looking for some real estate options, you got a lot of choices. There's a lot of townhouse style units, you've got ramblers, you've got classic bungalows, really giving you a nice mix in the neighborhood. The other thing that makes South Lamar really appealing is you're centrally located in South Austin with incredibly easy access to 291, 35, 360, out to Hill Country or into downtown and north. You're conveniently located anywhere you want to go. There you have our first favorite affordable neighborhood in South Austin with South Lamar. So next we're going to go a little bit more south. We're going to see South Manchaca and Garrison Park before we go even further south and show you what suburban living in South Austin is all about. South Manchaca is an area that's about a mile south of South Lamar, and it's become really popular with people that are looking for a little bit more space. They want an area that's being developed because there's great new construction, there's remodeled ramblers, and it's quite a bit less expensive than South Lamar, Zilker, or Barton Hills. South Manchaca is the south side of 290 from South Lamar, still only about 10 minutes to downtown Austin, but starting to get a more suburban feel with larger lots and a little bit of a slower pace. You're going to get a little more space for your dollar and a lot more variety in housing, and yet you're still really close to great parks, restaurants, shopping, schools, and everything you're going to want in your ideal neighborhood. In South Manchaca, you're going to find a median sales price of about $600,000 and a good mix of homes, including new construction, remodels, or homes that are still original if you want an opportunity to really add your own touch. If you want that same kind of vibe, but not quite the same price, you can go just a little bit further south to Garrison Park, which, as you can probably guess, is a neighborhood centered around Garrison Park. The Garrison Park neighborhood sits just south of South Manchaca, and it's about halfway between Loop 1 and 35. The park's a huge draw, and it's got a swimming pool, hiking trails, picnic tables, and tons to do, and a nice little community park. Garrison Park has that similar classic neighborhood feel with walkable streets, lots of parks, but it is a little bit of a smaller area, so you're gonna have some restaurants and some cafes, but you're probably gonna have to leave to do most of your shopping and run most of your errands. From a real estate standpoint, pricing tends to be about 20% less than South Manchaca, with the median price of about $500,000. you're going to find a similar mix of ramblers and 50s, 60s, and 70s built homes, some original, some fully remodeled, and those that are going to be somewhere in between. And it's really going to give you a great affordable option if you're looking for the South Manchaca vibe, but not quite the price. That's South Manchaca and Garrison Park. So now we're going to head a little bit southwest to one of South Austin's most favorite neighborhoods, Circle C Ranch. Circle C is one of the most suburban feeling communities in the South Austin area. It was developed in the 80s. Now it's got about 5,500 homes. It's got a tennis courts, swim clubs, golf course, and over 500 acres of parkland all in this neighborhood.
Yeah, it's built like a lot of the 80s and 90s suburban communities. You have larger lots, great amenities, and then neighborhood recreation that's built all within the community itself.
Circle C sits about 10 to 15 minutes from downtown Austin, just west of Loop 1 and surrounded by green space. If you start going just a little past Circle C, you're going to get a completely different landscape as you start to go into hill country. Circle C has its own park system and recreation on a large shopping center just to the north of the neighborhood.
So yeah, Circle C is a great neighborhood. It's a little bit higher priced than Garrison Park in South Manchaca that we were at before, but definitely more affordable than Barton Hills, the area in Zilker Park that we were at previously. Great affordability. Median home prices were about $900,000, but this year we saw it about $850,000.
When you're looking at the housing, it's all very similar since the entire community was developed at one time starting in the mid-80s. You're going to have pretty modern floor plans, great spaces, large yards, and like most neighborhoods in Austin, you're going to have a mix between fully updated homes, original homes, and ones that are going to fall somewhere in between. So if you want an option that's very similar to Circle C, but a little more affordable, you can go just to the north to Village at Western Oaks. Village at Western Oaks is just adjacent to the north of Circle C and shares the same shopping center, parks, and entertainment as Circle C, but at a lower price. So Village at Western Oaks was also built in the 80s and 90s, so it's got a very similar feel to Circle C. Same school district, lots of amenities, but a bigger mix of housing because you've got some townhouses, you've got some apartments, so a very similar vibe, just a little bit more condensed. From a real estate standpoint, it's going to be very similar in that it was built in the 80s and 90s, just like Circle C, but there's a larger mix of housing, which is going to provide more affordable options, and the median price being about $680 versus pushing $900,000 in Circle C. So from a lifestyle standpoint, you're going to have a very similar feel because you're about 10 miles from Austin. It's going to give you that quiet community, but that's super close to downtown Austin.
Yes. What my clients love about this area is just the proximity to shopping centers. So you have Costco, you have H-E-B, everything that you would need from a day-to-day perspective, but then you have great access to parks. Circle C has a great park, Dick Nichols. We're close to the Greenbelt. It's just a great place. The size of the lots are definitely larger as well as the homes, and that's going to provide the affordability that people are looking for in this area.
So it really is that lifestyle and that convenience that everybody loves about being right in the spot. And then you're open to so much else that's really close through South Austin.
Yeah, I think one of the other advantages that this neighborhood has over others that we've talked about today is really the access to the hill country. You're in a great spot to be able to hit the interstate, to be able to have that day trip for the family.
If you want to just get out and get some space, head further south to any of the state parks or hill country vineyards. Just head out your door and go south, and within minutes, you're in a totally different landscape from the city. There you have it. Those are our favorite affordable neighborhoods in South Austin. I'm Matt Van Winkle. I run the Leverage team in Austin, and we want to be your go-to resource for all things real estate and all things Austin. So if we can help you with either one of those things, shoot us an email at info@austin.realestate, and we'll see you next time.